Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You have officially tuned into my podcast, A Shot of Shenny, the show that gives you the space and permission to be yourself because I, your host Shenny, get to be myself. So hello and welcome, my wifesters, because if you can hear my voice, we are now in a podcast relationship. So enjoy.
I need a shot, one shot, one shot, Shenny. I need a shot, one shot, one shot, Shenny. I need a shot, one shot, one shot, Shenny.
Hey. Well, hello guys. Hello, my little wifesters. How are you? Well, we are on episode 3 because we're including the introduction. So if you're here, episode 3, first of all, okay, hey, hi. Thank you for being here. I hope you're enjoying a shot of me, your host, Shenny. And today, I want to talk about something that honestly is a topic that comes up a lot for me, especially as a veteran. I feel like as a veteran, we deal with a lot of mental issues. We deal with PTSD, anxiety, depression, MST, MST, military sexual trauma. That can, a lot of people are going to think automatically women, but, also men are sexually assaulted in the military. So, we have physical things we got to deal with, like knee pain, hip pain, back pain, neck pain, shoulders, numerous issues as a veteran. So, one thing that keeps coming up for me as a veteran is weed. Okay? Let's talk about marijuana, Mary Jane, weed. And if you know, there's THC, there's CBD, when it comes to weed, right? You got the hallucinogen aspect of it, and then you got the healing aspect of it. All right, so right off the bat, let me tell you guys something about what I deal with as a veteran. Okay, I deal with anxiety. I deal with depression. I deal with MST. Yes, I'm a victim. And hip pain and my right knee. Those are my ailments. Those are the top ones, right? Not to include what's actually the list of things that I have in the VA listed in my disabilities, right? So, and as you look at me and everything on social media, you would look at me and be like, yo, how are you disabled? And remember, guys, disabilities are not always physical. There's also mental disabilities. So be nice to us veterans if you're listening and you are not a veteran. There's nothing we hate more than those of us who receive disability from the government through the VA and being looked at and like, where are you disabled? Like, first of all, PTSD, there's no cast or Band-Aid or whatever for me to put on my face, on my body. I don't know where should I walk around with a sign that says, hey, I got anxiety, I got PTSD, I got depression, I have mental issues, so the world just knows, to validate the fact that I received disability. Like, no, like, can we stop? Can we stop that? It's 2020, all right? Moving on. So I want to talk about weed and why I don't. You heard right. I don't smoke weed. And I have a lot of my veteran friends that smoke weed. All right, look, y'all. For those of y'all that might be over here listening, I'm not judging y'all. Real talk. I'm not. I'm not here to judge you if you smoke it, if you do edibles, if you dab, yada yada. Don't care. I don't smoke it because I've noticed that it actually triggers my anxiety. And I'm so tired. And this is why I got a podcast. All right. So I could broadcast my pet peeves, my opinion, whatever. If you don't agree with me, get your own podcast. And then you have the platform to say whatever you want to say in front of the mic. But I'm in front of the mic right now and saying it bothers me, and stop telling people that share with you that they have anxiety, oh, why don't you just smoke some weed? No. Weed is not the answer. It's not. I don't care what y'all say. I know what the studies, I know weed is not bad for you, but it's also not the cure all be all right? Like a lot of people treat it. People treat it, people put weed on a pedestal, and it's starting to bother me. Whatever. Unpopular opinion coming your way, I guess. Don't care. Get your own podcast, and then you say whatever you want to say, right? But no, for real. Like, honestly, it's very annoying for someone like me that's been dealing with anxiety for years, and for somebody to completely dismiss this mental issue, or damn, I don't even want to say disability, but just the mental aspect of me, right? To dumb it down to, oh, if you just use a substance, it'll go away. No, it doesn't. And can I tell y'all something? Yes, I can. I'm going to tell you anyways. Listen, we all know, for those of y'all that smoke or have smoked, even if you don't smoke anymore, we all know how weed gets you paranoid. What do you think paranoia is? Basically, anxiety. Okay? So, no, weed is not the answer for people's anxiety. Can we stop? All right? So, basically, just so y'all know, this episode is a low-key rant defending and talking about mental health awareness. Basically, we're in the month of May, Mental Awareness Month, all right? Kind of hard not to talk about it, touch on it, especially as a veteran. But also, like I said, can we stop trying to just slap a Band-Aid like, here you go, just smoke some weed. Or, here you go, don't think about it. Or, here you go, why don't you just do some self-care? Like, have a bubble bath and write in your journal, drink some tea, you'll be all right. Y'all do realize that's not how this works. Mental health don't work like that. Like, I'm so tired of people treating mental health and self-care like, oh, let me just heal my problems at a spa. Yes. No. It's like putting a Band-Aid in a bullet wound. Like, no. Doesn't work. Does not work. I'm just tired of people telling me, well, why don't you smoke some weed? All right, look, I really did try. So before somebody's like, okay, but did you try? But like, did you do it? Why you don't knock it down? Don't dismiss it. Like, have you smoked weed? All right, look, I smoked weed. I was a pothead, actually, when I was in high school. If you remember me back in the day, high school, maybe you even saw me cut class to go to kickbacks and smoke weed. I would do that. I didn't like smoking weed while in school, like in class. I didn't like smoking it, say, like during lunch and then going to class. I didn't like being in class high. I didn't like it, right? Because I actually like to, not be under the influence of anything and like really sit and listen and learn. I actually like learning. So I didn't like doing it in class. I would just cut class, cut school, not go to school and go smoke if that's what I wanted to do. Or I'd wait until after school. That was my favorite thing to do. I would wait after school, smoke a bowl, and I used to love walking home like that or taking the bus to nowhere, just taking the bus and just feeling like I'm in a rocket ship or walking in mud. I don't know. I liked being high when I was in high school, all right? And then boom, I got a panic attack. I was like 14, 15 years old. First time I got a panic attack. And that panic attack must have like changed, just did some damage, some chemical brain imbalance. I don't know, because after that, y'all, I kid you not, I couldn't even touch weed. I'd touch weed, I'd get a panic attack. I touch weed, I'm deeply paranoid. Couldn't enjoy weed like I used to. So my weed smoking days are over. I can't do it. And so yes, part of this rant is also because I'm jealous. All right, I'm jealous. But it's also to advocate, because I'm a huge mental awareness advocate. Like, stop giving. If you don't deal with anxiety, you are blessed beyond belief. Man, like, to think that there are people out there that have never experienced a panic attack, man, like, you don't even know. You don't. You don't know the struggle. You don't know the constant fear of, doing something, putting yourself out there, like, for instance, like with me, with this podcast, this is out of my comfort zone, and I was completely avoiding starting because this makes me nervous. This is new to me, right? Not speaking into a mic or anything like that, but just having something that's my own. Like, this is my podcast, right? Like, I don't know why, but that's scary to me. Okay. So, because it's scary to me, it's something new to me, right? New thing that I'm taking on. I'm putting myself in a position to get nervous, aka get anxious, aka potentially give myself a panic attack. So now you can imagine someone who deals with anxiety, how brave they have to be to do things. Like, you'll see them public speaking or taking on leadership positions. I don't know, things that are nerve wracking, right? For the normal, even for the normal person. So imagine someone with anxiety. Not only do they gotta worry about actually following through and getting through it, and it's already nerve wracking, but on top of that, they have to manage their nerves and their anxiety to the point that they don't let it escalate to a level where they have a full-blown panic attack. So, in essence, even just doing this podcast, I gotta worry about my anxiety. Keep it leveled, so that I don't get to a point where I have a full-blown panic attack before, during, or after recording. Not crazy. And then for somebody to just walk and be like, why would you just smoke weed before you no, I can't. No. And even, okay, so like I was saying, I did weed while I was in high school. Okay, once you join the military, you're not allowed to do drugs. I don't care what anybody says, whatever, people getting away with it. If you knew somebody, right? Zip it. you're not supposed to. Yeah, smoke. You're not supposed to do drugs while you're in the military, but we're allowed to drink. This is why there's heavy alcoholism in the military, more so in the Navy, right? The stereotypical drunken sailor. That was me. But anyways, didn't touch weed at all. I got out the military, and of course, people, the first thing they want to do, not only get you drunk, but smoke you out. And I was just like, man, I really don't want. I was so afraid, terrified of seeing a blunt in my face. And I'm just like, no, I've gone too many. I got virgin lungs again. Y'all remember that? Having virgin lungs where like one puff and you're done. You're high as hell. So that was what I was afraid of. Like, man, it's been forever. Sure enough, gave into peer pressure even in my mid-20s. And I was like, I gave into it, part of it. And another part of me was like, okay, Shenny, it's been years. Just one puff. That can't hurt you. You maybe get a little high. Like, it can't be that bad. It's a little high. Like, it's one puff. Y'all. Ooh, I don't know where that yawn come from. But y'all, let me tell you. Sure enough, one little puff, anxiety. I didn't get a full-blown panic attack, okay? But I did spaz out, and my anxiety did get the best of me. All right. Okay, yeah, that is a panic attack. I'm trying not to say panic attack too much because even just talking about it, thinking about it, kind of like brings it up a little bit. Oh, man, the struggle of anxiety. Yo, it's bad. It's bad. So those of you that deal with anxiety, I know y'all relating like, whoo, I'm with y'all. And for those of you that cannot relate, all right, let me put you on, all right, because I actually dated somebody that couldn't relate to me in that aspect of didn't know how to deal with my anxiety because they've never experienced a panic attack, never experienced anxiety. Definitely experienced being nervous, but not anxious. So if you've never experienced anxiety, it's like being nervous to the 10th power. Extra, super, ridiculously nervous. It's a nerve-wracking feeling where rationality just goes out the window. Logic, even low-key, goes out the window. It's so irrational. If you think you're going to die, in your head, you're dying. You're dying right there on the spot. If you think, I can think of another anxious situation. I'm trying not to, too. But I had a panic attack on an airplane once. And I remember my mom making it worse because she was like, ¿Ya ves? Por estar fumando esa miércoles. I'm trying not to curse either in Spanish either. Let me translate. So she's like, you see what happens when you smoke that? Insert bad word. Poop. Bad word that translate to poop. And I mean, like, not comforting at all. Nothing at all. And she actually made it worse. She made my anxiety, my panic attack on the plane even worse. So for those of you who don't know how to deal with anxiety, never had it. Ooh, damn, I'm tired. Okay, whatever. Excuse my yawning. Let me drink some more coffee. How about that? By the way, my coffee is legendary. So she made it worse. Because she's never dealt with anxiety. She doesn't know what that is. My mom deals with another set of issues and problems, anxiety is not one of them. So let me just give pointers to you if you're that individual, that very lucky individual that doesn't know what anxiety is. But maybe you have a significant other, a sibling, a parent, a best friend that might deal with it. And let me tell you, these are the pointers. For one, if they're in a full-blown anxiety, whatever, the best thing you could do is make them feel grounded. Because in the middle of a panic attack, in the middle of being anxious, they're irrational. They're basically all over the place at 100 miles per hour. So you need to slow their brain. You need to interrupt their brain and what they're thinking. This, that is literally like that in their head. So how do you interrupt that? Well, tap into the 5 senses: looking, seeing, smelling, tasting, touching. So and this also works for these pointers are not just for people that don't know about anxiety, but obviously for anyone that actually deals with it. But I'm pretty sure if you deal with anxiety, you know these type of tricks. But if you don't, you're welcome. So, like, what do you see? What do you immediately see? Okay, I see a computer monitor. Okay, what does it smell like? It's like, what? What does it smell like? Just smell it. What does it smell like? It's like, go and smell it. I don't know, electronic. Okay, what does it look like? And again, it kind of interrupts the brain. Like, what? It's rectangular. Okay, what does it taste like? What are you talking? I'm not going to lick my computer monitor. Okay, so what does it feel like? And go and touch it. And again, it takes the mind off of whatever is making it anxious. But it's like, just in what does it look like? What does it taste like? What does it smell? Whatever. Tapping into, your senses. Because what you're doing is bringing them to the present moment, bringing them back into their body. Because at this point, they are all up in their head and dancing with anxiety in their head. And you need to detach them from that and bring them from their head, back down into their body. And once they're back into their body, they can ground themselves again to where they're at, which is here, right now, anxious, free. So that's one way. Another one is like a mantra. For me, a mantra that helps me is, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm all right, I'm all right, I'm okay. This will pass, this will pass. Because anxiety takes a couple minutes. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, it could be 15, it could be 30 to an hour feeling anxious. And sometimes the person doesn't know how long this panic attack is going to take or how long they're going to be anxious for. So sometimes having a mantra also helps, because we all know the power of repetition. You repeat something long and often enough, you start to believe it. So why not start believing that you're okay, you're fine? So that's the one that I usually be like, I'm okay, or that it'll pass. Start believing that it'll pass. So these are the things I'll use for my anxiety. Definitely not weed. All right? Again, I will not get tired of saying this. Stop suggesting and recommending weed. All right? And I really want to talk to my veterans right quick and just be like, and say, I really, really challenge you guys to work on your well-being and what you put into your body. Because your body's, besides you, like, your soul. Your body is what holds you down. Period. You got you got the mind that makes it run and function, but your body is it's all you got. You don't get another one. So if this body starts getting out of whack, starts not functioning or whatever, like that's all you got. That is all you got. You get one life, one body. That's it. Those are the terms. I didn't make them. It is what it is. And so yeah, I cannot smoke weed. I'm tired of people telling people to smoke weed. Oh, I was talking about veterans. My bad. I'm over here repeating myself. So I really challenge you guys to look at how weed really makes you feel, because there's so many of you guys that will smoke weed, whatever, feel good in the moment, yada yada yada, and then the next day you're groggy as hell. You are not productive. You're not functioning at 100%. And let's be real, it's almost like a weed hangover that you're having. Really? Is that what that's how you want to be? Basically, like, always hungry, always hungover, always with a cotton mouth. When you can learn techniques and ways of being and ways of living with your anxiety, you can reduce it. You can lower it. I mean, supposedly we can't get rid of it. There's no cure for anxiety and panic attacks or whatever, at least in the excess. Because, I mean, it is normal to get anxious from time to time in certain situations, certain circumstances. But, for those ones that really deal with it, we could get anxiety off of the smallest things, or sometimes out of nowhere. Y'all don't understand how many times I've gotten anxiety right before going to sleep. Like, right when I'm in bed, just like, oh, yes. And you kind of like sink in. And then next thing you close your eyes and you're like, oh, yes, this is life, right? And then boom, that like this sinking chest feeling just comes out of nowhere. You know exactly what it is. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Anxiety. And then why we gotta be under the influence to feel better? Like aside from weed, we use alcohol to feel better, or we even call it liquid courage. We even use liquor for that, alcohol for that, to give us courage, give us that edge, so we can go talk to that girl at the bar, or go talk to that cutie, Bobby, so we could grab them onto the dance floor and stuff, or to have fun. So many people like, yo, I need some Hennessy, loosen up, have fun. I need a drink to have fun. Like, what? So I really do challenge you guys. And again, like I said, you don't have to, and it's not me judging, but I really want to challenge you guys to look at the substances that you take into your body, right? Are they good? I want to say good or the bad. Do they benefit you truly, honestly? Really sit there and honestly answer that. Does it really, truly benefit you? And I also challenge y'all to really look at, if you smoke weed, really look at how it affects you. Outside from the actual high, how does it truly affect you? The mind fog, the anxiety, the paranoia, the lack of energy and stuff like that. Like, is that really how we're trying to be? Is that really the best for you? Is weed really gonna get you to the best version of yourself? Is it really, truly? And if it does, okay, cool, awesome. Like I said, no judgment. I know there's people that are exceptions to the rule. I know that there's functioning folks that just functioning. I mean, that function so well whether they do or they don't smoke weed. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm not talking to y'all. Y'all know who I'm talking to. Is this group of people that smoke weed, try to shove it down other people's throat about smoking it, but really they don't look at themselves and see how weed has affected or has been affecting them, their lifestyle, and where they at and what they're doing. Like, there's still that huge group of people that are abusing a substance like weed due to the lack of knowing how to deal with their mental, again, I don't want to say disability, mental, what did I say earlier? Mental limitations? Yeah, mental, I think it was limitations. Not knowing how to deal with their own mental limitations. Now you're out here relying on a plant that, even though, yes, I knew it grew from the earth, why would it be growing from the earth if, we weren't meant to use it? Or, all the arguments for weed, which I'm for. I'm for it being legal. I'm for it being a choice. I'm for selling it, all of that. But the whole telling people, trying to diagnose people and telling people to smoke weed for this and for anxiety and for that, whatever, da 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 da. Again, like I said, I truly understand and believe in the science and health benefits behind weed. But, like, let's be real. We're not approaching weed like pharmacists. We're not approaching weed like like anybody else. Everybody's treating weed and attracted to weed as a recreational thing. Like, let's be real. Come on now. Stop telling me to smoke weed. I'm over it. I spoke literally for 30 minutes just telling y'all why I don't smoke weed and about my anxiety. So, with all of this being said, I love y'all. Thank you for listening. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Ding, ding, ding. And I'm going to leave y'all with the motto: make your parents proud, your haters jealous, but most importantly, make yourself happy. That's the most important part. Hey. Okay, bye.